Hi everyone, welcome back to Coloring with Lorri. Just have this up while my other screens are going up and waiting for anybody to come in. Anybody watching the replay, hello, thanks for watching. Appreciate you being here. Happy Friday everyone. There I am. Okay. Just popped up on my side, so hopefully we'll get somebody in. If not, we'll just start coloring. Hope everybody is doing good on this Friday, August the 15th. I had this out because I thought it was funny. I was watching Coloring View last night, and she got gifted a set of Crayolas, and as I was watching it, I was sitting here coloring in R.J. Hampson's A Frog's Tale with Crayola. Hi Amy, hi Sherry. Welcome Sherry. Thank you're new to the live. Thanks for coming in. Glad you made it, Amy. So excited. How you doing? I was just showing this Fogarty that I'm working on with what you call it? Super Tips. Thought I'd see if they're still any good. They've been hanging around the house for a few years. Some of them are quite dry. So, kind of going through them. So we're starting a new page tonight in Home Sweet Home. Amy picked the book this time. And I think I'm actually going to use Polychromos pencils this time. So Sherry, your name does look familiar to me. Are you a colorist? I think I've seen you around in the community. My memory is getting so bad lately. It's the upcoming events got me a little distracted. You try. That's what we all do. Yep. So, let's see if I can find the page she picked. Is it towards the front, Amy, or towards the back, or middle? This is it, right? I had this one marked as a thought. You lurk a lot? Okay. Well, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. Thanks for those watching. Thanks for the thumbs up. So, anyway, so this is the page Amy picked and that we will be working on. Middle. It's like the third page in. Quite the beginning. Yeah, so we get to start a new page. I was running a little behind, so I don't have everything. Okay. Hi, Taylor. Welcome, welcome. I hope you have this one, Taylor. Home Sweet Home. Amy picked it. It's one she took with her on the road, so she has it with her. And she didn't know if she'd be able to stay and chat or here. So she chose this picture. So we'll be doing this picture next. And like I said, I think I'm going to use my Polychromos. So you guys know I don't do watercolor. I do play with watercolor pencils and Inktense pencils. So I bought this book thanks to Ivy Pearl. She showed this the other day and talked about how expensive it was on Amazon and that she got it for $8. And, you know, it was well, this is the 45-page one, and it was half off on Amazon, so it was $8. But I was playing with my Inktense today. My look kind of, you know, I'm going for this look to give it the watercolory look. So And I was super proud of myself. I am so proud of myself with this. Yes, I got it. And this isn't drawn in, this pipe shadow. Did myself freehand with the ink tints. And I am just so pleased with myself. So I just had a show because I think the book is really neat. It's a bunch of little storefronts, and then they give you, the other side. And there's, like I said, there's 45 pictures in here. These are real places. There's a glossary in the front. Is it the front? Yeah. It tells you where they actually are for real. So, Urban Anna coloring book. And when I got it, it was half off on Amazon. It was $8. And like I said, 45 pages. It's a thick book. Nice paper. It's taking the ink tints really, really well. Very little warping. And I got a little heavy, like this I messed up right here, but, just look at that half. Really happy with it. So, yay, you'll get to color all day tomorrow. Good. Oh, you got it too, Taylor? Cool. Home sweet home. Yeah, and like I said, I'm going to try my polychromos and see how we do with that. So, we shall get going. If anybody was at Views Live this evening, she got me to do a color along with her in the sweet shop. I haven't done much in here. I was just testing media on this page, which is a mess, and didn't know where I was going with this. I actually think this is with Crayola markers, or it might be water. Oh, no, it's watercolor. But we are doing a color along in here, the Cadbury Milk. There it is. This one here. So if anybody wants to join that color along, of course, you're always welcome for any of us that are doing color alongs. So the Cadbury Milk Chocolate in the sweet shop. And Ms. View is already like half done. Well, she's doing her basing, she says, but like I said, I don't know if you saw me, Taylor, when I was watching. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. When I was watching her show Your Gifts with the Super Tips, I was actually coloring with them in her favorite book, A Frog's Tale. Here, I'm throwing the ones out that are drying out, using the ones up that I can use up. So, working on that one too. So, I already got 2 more whips going, and this will make 3 again. It seems like lately I always have 3 going. So, thanks, Amy. You saw the book, right, Amy? Urban Annie coloring book. Leave it there for a second. While I pull up. Oops. Of course, I hit the camera again. Boing, boing, boing. Yeah, and that one frog outfit he wears in a lot of pictures, so I decided just to leave. I'm doing the same colors on that particular outfit. So, okay, I need something to put behind my paper. Like I said, I'm a little disorganized today. I had to. My mom didn't get up till a little bit later, so I didn't even feed her till 10:30. And then I walk so slow right now, I forget that it takes me much longer to do things than what I expected to. I actually called a maid today. I can't even believe it. I was always the one known for the spotless house. People were uncomfortable coming over because my house was so clean, and now I live in a pigsty. Not quite, but getting there. So what's everybody up to tonight? Anybody gonna color along with me? I meant to move this camera so I could get in a better spot. My back was killing me last week. Let's see if I can move over a bit. I may bump the camera. I'm trying to get myself closer. All right. So I'm gonna start with basing all this wood in the background here. I said I have my well-loved polychromos. So I'll pull out a few browns and get going. I know I'm definitely going to need something dark, so we'll grab walnut. Actually, that's burnt umber. Where's walnut? Walnut. And we'll need ochre. Brown ochre. I'll probably grab more than I need, but I want to make sure I get a raw umber. And I need something a little lighter for our base. Dark Naples. That should work. Is that a backup of it? No, that's light yellow. Dark Naples, there's one. It's a little bit longer. Okay. Alright, so we'll start with these. Got a sharpener. Okay. Hi, Jen. Nice to see ya. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know where Kim is. I know she hasn't been feeling good. I hope she makes it. Probably won't be as exciting this week. No falling in the water, that's for sure. Amy picked our page. This is in, of course, another Teresa Goodrich, Home Sweet Home, because that's what we do here on Friday nights. It may change down the road, but for now, it's still kind of what we're up to. Just in case I need the color swatch, but I doubt it. I know these colors pretty well. There she is. Your ears ringing. Hi, Kim. Welcome. We're starting a new one today. Amy's picked Home Sweet Home. And I'm going to use Polychromos pencils. So, hope you're feeling better. Are you feeling better, Kim? Ooh, let me move my water. I definitely don't want my water over there. Okay, now I got to pay attention. I got out of frame police in the house. Right, Taylor? I don't want to be doing no dang swimming today. It looks like we're safe. No water here. Oh, I hit the camera again. Plunky, plunky. Be right back. Okay. We'll be here. Well, I will. Alright, so I'm going to base a little bit with Dark Naples Orch and see how these pencils work on this paper. Feels pretty smooth, so we should be good. I think all I've used in here is... That was Inktense. We did the bathtub in here, right? That was all Polychromos, correct? No, I'm sorry. Prismacolors. Yeah, they went down really well. So hopefully we'll have good results with Polychromos too. And I didn't get any response from people that, you know, they're following and know they only have Prismacolors. So if you missed me asking, and I do apologize, please let me know in the comments that, yes, you only have Prismacolors, because I can alternate or go back to them or tell you color match. So that's pretty easy, because I think I actually know Polychromos better than I do Prismacolors. So I'm going to try to sit up straight today because my back was killing me last week. So, all right. Kim, I don't know if you heard me. Are you feeling better? I know you've been not feeling well for quite a while there. So, what's everybody been up to? Any fun stuff going on today? Anything new, fun, and exciting? Oh no, what happened? Is it your heart that's giving you trouble? Well, we definitely got to keep Kim calm today. She's not feeling good. And scares aren't good. Yeah, I figured I would have seen you live by now. There's a lot of wood in this, so get your browns out. Or if anybody knows how to do country blue, that's watching or has a channel, that's something I can't get those colors right. So I have to look and see if I can find a demo. Hey Jess, welcome. How's your Friday going? I know you're having a good weekend. You're glad your boys are with you. Did you get your big hugs? It must be nice. I don't get hugged too much because over senses, so people know not to touch me, which sucks because I used to be a really touchy person, but now a lot of times touching just hurts. Okay, okay, Kim. I will say an extra prayer for you, though. Amy gets a lot of extra prayers these days being out there on the road, so gosh. Guys, can you believe it? She drove by and didn't even stop and see me. Can you believe it? I'm heartbroken. And I'm just teasing you, Amy, because I know you guys are on time limits. But seriously. So sad. I was like, oh my gosh, you're on these horrible roads here. Gosh, we have accidents on our freeways every dang day. Bad ones. You know, our speed limits are, 75, 80 miles an hour on our freeways through the downtown, and people do 90, 100. Cars are, there's flipovers every day. I don't understand this. These SUVs like flip over like crazy, which is why I don't own one. I don't know if I ever will. So, my mom's having a really good week this week, which is great. I know, Kim, right? Yeah, time for the Gatorade. She's probably not turning on her air conditioning because she hit that shocker of electric bill. I don't know. But Jen is right. Stay cool, stay hydrated. So that would be absolutely wonderful if I do get to meet Amy here. I already feel like I know her, but they come back around. Hey, View. Thank you so much. Always appreciate you. I was going to share yours last night and I completely forgot. I was just saying I am so forgetful. Been a rough week. Getting nervous. Well, I'm going to stay nervous until that surgery is over, so my brain's not working right. Pain takes over the brain too. So it spends so much energy trying to fight it. That would be nice, Kim. Yep, she drove right by and sends me the freeway sign and a cry face and a heart, and yeah, you drove right by and you didn't stop. That's okay. I think it'll happen someday. I do. Yes, many electrolytes. And it's so true. Like, I never was a Gatorade fan, but I liked the Powerade Blue. And it's so true that if you don't need that stuff, it doesn't taste good. But when you need it, oh my gosh, it tastes so good. And it even says it on the bottle. I don't know if it does now. I mean, this is 20 years ago. But it's like, yeah, if you don't need it, it did not taste good. But you need it. It's like the best thing on earth. I'm going to have to do this flower pot before I finish this wood because these flowers are really in the way. So, I should show you my experiment. You like experiments, and you know I'm not a watercolor person. So, I bought the Urban Annie coloring book, and I was playing with Inktense because I don't do actual watercolor, but so, and I'm trying to go for the look in the book. So just copying the page, and I started this one. I said ignore the bottom half because I really messed up that, but I was so proud of myself on the top. So, so happy. Like I said, I am not a watercolor person. I'm not brush proficient, nothing. And, this wasn't here. The shadow, sorry for those who have to hear this again. This wasn't there, so I had, to paint that in. And I'm really, really happy with myself. Thanks, you. Thank you. So yeah, this book is, I'm going to dedicate this to my Inktense and my Albert Durer pencils. The Albert Durer might be a little too light because these colors are very bold in here. And I'm just going to copy and play and see what I can do. Well, thanks, View. So yeah, I'm going to have fun with that. That will be fun. Okay, like I said, I'm going to do this plant because those flowers are going to be in my way. I think, always gravitate towards pink. Always, always, don't we? Let's see. Let's see what we can do here. We will do crimson. And need something lighter. That might be too bright. That could work. We'll use these two. Crimson and Pink Mattered Lake. Yeah, I think you'll like that book. The paper's pretty nice. Do you have any of the Disney books? I think it's the same paper without the tooth. Because I think that Disney paper has a little bit of tooth. And thank you very much. Ivy's the only other person I have seen with that book. I don't know if anyone else has it or not. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of the crimson. Might actually have to do the matter pink first because these flowers there's not a lot of space. So you probably won't even see the two colors in the camera. These flowers are pretty small. Yeah, I bought the very first one, the Thomas Kincaid, and did a couple pictures in it, but I don't care for it. I started a third one, but not my thing. I'm not a Disney person at all. So. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. Yes, we always have doggy problems, don't we? Remember what I used to try? There was a live I used to watch every night, and I still had Chubbs, so Chubbs and Pebbles both have to go out, and Chubbs I had to walk. And they always bugged me when I was trying to watch a live. So we'll just work on these flowers. These will take a while. There's quite a few of them here, which I want to talk about today. Oh, winter. It's a winter book. Yeah, I don't care for Disney at all. My mom had when my mom colored, she colored a lot of Disney stuff, especially the princesses, and I don't know much about Disney. I said I had an older brother, so he kind of got to see him, and then I never really watched them, and I don't have kids, so I didn't watch them with my kids, so you know how that goes. I think Amy fell asleep on us already. Night, night, Amy. Sweet dreams. Yeah, no lake today. Taylor said you had to stay out of the water anyway. Yeah. No, not enough energy. Get in a fight. Me neither. Been really worn out this week. And, you know, I reached out for help, which is something I don't do. And, I can't take my house anymore. I called a friend who does house cleaning and hired her. So she's going to come Tuesday and see what she can do for me. She's got problems too, though, you know, bad shoulder, bad knee, so I don't know if she's just going to be able to do basic cleaning for me or some of the heavy duty stuff I need done. Yeah, Kim is good at pushing people around. It has been one of those weeks. Seems like everybody's having one too. My mom was funny. She thought she had a doctor's appointment, and you know, we have my charts for our it's called for our hospital system here, which I find really weird. It's almost like they have a monopoly because like one hospital bought out all the hospitals, so we have like one independent, and then all the others are the same hospital. Which I'm like, how, I don't even understand that. Isn't that like monopoly? But anyway, so she thought she had an appointment, but she looked on the my chart thing and it said that, you know, her appointment was next week. And she says, well, I'm going to have to call and see if this is correct. And I'm like, you're going to call and see if their computer appointment is correct, Mom? I think that's probably the biggest waste of time appointment. Well, I have this written down. I said, Mom, it's in their computer. Like, they're not going to care what your calendar says, you know. That's in their computer. That's their schedule. That's when your appointment is. And she just could not get that through her head, so she called, and, well, we all know how the outcome was. And I said, well, that was a waste of time. Yep, she says. I said, all the phone calls I try to get her to make, and that's the one she's going to make. It's crazy. Yeah, you have been having a lot of trouble with your asthma. I don't know, are you somewhere where the fires in Canada are bothering you, or? Because I know my mom never has sinuses, and she's been choking and coughing, and that's what the doctor told her. One of her other friends is also having problems, and that's what the doctors are saying. It's from the wildfires. That's awesome, Jen. Can still throw that punch while you're wheezing. That's good. So I will say that the Prismacolors are much more enjoyable on this paper, if that is the right word. These feel like I have to use a little bit of pressure to get the color pigment that I want, which I don't like to apply pressure. It hurts my little hands. But it is taking the color pretty good. It must be dry. I'm not sure, Taylor. You know, like in California, it's usually burn-offs that go wrong. Maybe the same thing's happening in Canada. I haven't really looked at it. You know, sadly, I don't pay attention to the news. Um, I can't really do anything about it, so it is what it is kind of thing. And it also can really scare you. This world is bizarre. Yep, you are. Duck Jen. Now she's spitting stuff at you. Always feisty, Kim. We might have to separate those two, Taylor. I don't think they can play nice. She does, and that's the thing that I said to Taylor. Yes, $7, which I purchased, and I hate that. Like, I I was disappointed in it, Taylor. For one, she doesn't have a lot of the pencils that I have on there, so I should have paid closer attention to that. And when I was using it for the Prismacolors, I didn't feel like the matches were quite right. But then I was like, well, maybe she didn't use the 150 set. You know, like maybe she used 130 or something. So, but yeah, I did end up purchasing it, and I still got it for the $7. But that is digital. You can't get a hard copy of that. Yeah, she sure did. You guys behave. Did you see her, Taylor? Okay, I know there's, because I downloaded the, most of them I just kept in my mail, but I did download, and it says they never expire, so if you just keep them in your mail, they'll be there forever in your, email. Polychromos, Prismacolors, ugh. My brain just went, huh? Taylor, you'll have to ask me that when you're live so I can look at my phone and tell you. But I know there's like 8 different ones. And some are markers. Like I know, I'm pretty sure it was Ohuhu markers and, what are the real expensive ones? It's like Copics. So there was those 2 markers. I don't think Inktense were on there. No ChromaFlow, no Inktense. Pencils I don't have, so I'm trying to think. Anyway, yeah, that would probably work better than me sitting here trying to guess. Yeah, it's a downloads. They're downloads. And honestly, I've had to delete because my phone keeps telling me that I'm running out of space since I've been, doing YouTube. So I decided I don't need to save my YouTube stuff on my phone, so I've been deleting all my videos and stuff off there. I figured YouTube saves it, right? And even if I don't want it on there, I know I can hide it, and it still stays on there. So But yeah, I was hoping like the Chromo Flow would be on there, because I don't know them very well to color match. But I was even thinking like when I did use the color match for the Prismacolor, I don't think I used the colors that she recommended because I didn't feel like I felt like there were better matches. And I just took my card up to my swatch sheet and but then when I got that, I went back. So, I mean, it's a guide, just like everything else. It's definitely helpful. Yeah, the polychromos and Prismacolors, yes. Yeah, it does suck up all your space. I wasn't gonna do it either, but I so struggle with picking colors, and I don't know. I was just like irritated that day matching the one card we had. Um, so I went back to her thing and looked at it, and I think I chatted with I don't know if it's like a robot thing or something, but because I had just recently purchased the cards, I was able to get the download for the $7. So I thought, well, even if I don't like it, it's only $7. And I don't know if I told you guys now, I like compare it to because Mike smokes cigarettes and he buys a pack every day, so that's like $10 a day. So if I buy something that's less than $10, I'm like, oh, it's just a pack of cigarettes. So I have to watch that, I'm sure. Money becomes tight. We're doing okay now, but as we age, I'm sure we're living off, both of us living off Social Security. It's not going to be fun. Lucky that he's still able to work. Yep. I try to make coloring as easy as I can on myself lately. Making decisions, I really struggle. Ivy's in the house. Hi, Ivy. Welcome. Oh, you're welcome. You didn't think about matching it up to the swatch sheets? Yeah, I think that works easier than her matches. And she does mention it, like the paper and the cubes and the colors, like it doesn't look the same. Like you were talking about, the magenta looked at deep red, but it was actually like a pink. And she does actually use the magenta from the Prismacolors for that color, so it is very pink and not a red. So, see, Ivy, see what you did? Look, Ivy. I was on a no buy. And Amazon knew it because I cancel a lot of times. I had this sucker in 12 hours. So, and I'll show you too, Ivy, because I'm so proud of my ink tints. I started this with ink tints. I don't do watercolor at all. So, was really proud of myself. Sorry, guys. A little bragging over here tonight, right? My pole. I painted in my pole. Really proud. Sorry. Okay, last time I won't do it again. I promise. Thanks, Ivy. Yeah, it's a really cute book. I love doing buildings and stuff. I'm glad they have a side colored though because I'd never be able to. It's the drawing is so etchy. I wouldn't know what to do with it. So it's great that it's colored. And I'm just gonna copy it and try to follow. I was having such a hard time color matching that one color. Ugh. Which is why it didn't come out right. I don't know how to mix. I see View has that like mixing chart. I don't know if that's something she made or bought, or I could ask her about that when I see that laying there next time. You still here, View? Oh, you are still here. Hi, View. Did you make that color mixing chart, or did you buy that somewhere, or for your watercolors? Something you made? I see it laying on your desk sometimes when you're live. I don't know color theory. I make mud a lot. And then I just wipe it off and start over. Because I did the ink tints on there. did them on a palette and colored them on. I didn't color them on the page. So did it on the palette, made the watercolor, and brought it over. Thank you, Ivy. I was really proud of it too. I'm afraid to do anymore. And I'm like, Mom, I'm gonna ruin it. She's like, you're not gonna ruin it. And I'm like, I just ruined it. I put the wood on the. See, I didn't point my mistake out. See that? See how I am? Just show you all my good stuff. But I did. I put the paint on the other side of the shutter too. That's not supposed to be there. But oh well. And I was so wrapped into it. I had a cup of tea and I was painting along and didn't take one sip of my tea. Now it's too late for caffeine, so even for me. It won't keep me up, but it'll give me restless legs. So thank you so much, Jess. That means a lot from you. It's Inktense, so it won't move. But I do, yeah, I use white a lot too. I have like 3 white Inktenses because I use white a lot to lighten my colors. That color was unique. It's I don't know, it probably not showing up on camera. It's pinky. So I was trying to mix like pink, like it's like the putty beige of Prismacolors. Like that's the total color I see when I look at that. Like that little pinky beigey gray. Very, very unique. So, and I did catch it. I caught it right there. But I didn't make enough. So, and then I didn't remember what I did because I think I brought yellow. Like I did yellow, pink, and something else. So, thank you, Jess. I was proud of myself. But yeah, I do need like a color mixing chart for the Inktense. But that's, did you answer me? Nope, she didn't answer me. Yeah, and see, you have to make cream with Inktense. So it would be, which I'd have to make the light gray, mix the dark gray with the white, make the light pink, and make the cream. So that'd be 6 colors. Excellent. See, that's what I said. For $9, the 45 pages, it's a thick book. Yay! So, did you hear me about the color mixing chart view? Did you make that yourself or did you purchase that somewhere? So, I'm going to write that down actually, Kim. Light gray. Because I probably had that on my board. That's probably what was happening because I had all those colors there. Light pink and cream. Okay. You don't have Inktense, do you, Kim? Oh, awesome view. Okay, that'd be great. I would really appreciate that. Right. Yep. Yeah, I can get a good cream color. Okay. Yeah, they have really bright yellows, so you gotta bring them down into a cream. They have a couple nice, like, light beigey colors, the tan and mustards and... But yeah, no cream, so I usually just... My sister-in-law, the one that gets grabs me stuff. She knows I go through white like crazy. So for I think it was my birthday, she bought me 2 white Inktense pencils, and I was like, you should have brought me a brick. It might be cheaper, the stick, because they do have those Inktense. Are they called bricks or sticks? I'm not really sure. But yeah, because I do, the mixing, obviously, you have to do on a palette, so. Color mixing chart. It's metal? Oh, wow. Great view. That'd be wonderful. I appreciate that. Man, I'm hungry. Why am I hungry? I'm never hungry this early. Do you just? That's a lot of color. You think of the payoff you get on Inktense, boy. Yeah, my hands have been really hurting me, so when I saw that storefront book, I was like, yeah, I'm going to grab that and play with my Inktense, because as I mentioned, and I think it was Views Live the one night, that's my pride and joy that I now own the complete, what is it, 100 set of the Inktense. That my family filled in the extra 28. So somebody bought, well, I was missing 13 from my 72 set, and then the 28 to make it the 100 set. So my family all pitched in and got me the 13 and then the 28. So got them off for my birthday, which was really nice. And it really shocked me that my mom actually knew. Well, the reason she knew is because I had the whole color chart and then, empty spaces. And she's sneaky. She's like, can I see that chart? I said, yeah. She's like, why are these? How come you don't have swatches done for these? I'm like, oh, I don't have those colors, And she was pretty sneaky with that one. I gave her credit. I was super surprised. It was we don't normally exchange gifts because, we just buy what we want. It's too hard on the family, run around for everybody, so we just don't go out to eat or, something like that. It looks like a license plate. Oh, okay. Yep, I got it. Add it to the calendar. Yay! I think Taylor's off buying the book. You'll get them, Jess. Oh, Timu. I didn't. Can we still? I have never bought from Timu, but is that still an option? Like we can still buy from Timu? Because I know for a while people were saying like Timu's gone, or do they just charge higher shipping fees? Is that the deal? Oh shoot! What? Taylor bought you something, View. What's going on over there? Hey, has anybody checked on Jen and Kim? Are they all right? You guys behaving? Did you get one too, Taylor? Oh, geez, here we go with the stuffy nose when we do lives. What is the deal with that? Okay, Kim. good. She's not over there throat punching you. Okay. Did you hit her? Jen, you okay? Thanks to anyone watching and not chatting. Appreciate you being here. So it was funny, View, when you got her the super tips from her. I was actually sitting here coloring with super tips. I'm not going to tell you what book I was using, but and they actually bled through, which, more for you to hate on. I flipped it over. I was gonna, because I'm using some alcohol markers too, and in the super tips, and I like flipped it over, and I was like, oh, I should be able to tell which spots are which, and I'm like, oh, the super tips bled all the way through too. So that was surprising. It's a single-sided book, so not a problem, but I was surprised. That I was. And I gotta get going on my sweet shop. I can't believe you're halfway done, you. Oh, okay. Yeah, now that I think about it, I haven't really seen you use watercolor. You have some ink tints, though, don't you, Taylor? Yeah, I'll be excited. I'd be curious to see what real watercolor people do with that book. Probably be beautiful. Like I'm using my teeny tiny little water brushes, and I should have a bigger brush. I may have some bigger brushes around here because I know my mom bought a bunch for me at one point. But those like round pointy brushes look really nice to you guys. I'll have to pay attention to what number. She is. She like shocked me when we just talked about that like last night or the night before when she pulled that sucker out today, and I was like, oh, phew. Here, I thought I had a couple of days to chill. I honestly have no other buddy colors going right now, though. This and that, so I'm good. I don't have any of the other books with the buddy colors. Amy's 2 pages behind on mine and her buddy colors, so. So I will work on my Urban Anna picture there and the Sweet Shop picture. I don't know what I want to use in the Sweet Shop book. I don't know if my Crayolas will make it through there. They're kind of old, so they're drying out quick while I'm using them. Throwing a lot of them away. Right. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do, dibble and dabble. I knew I would not like watercolor paints, so I didn't even bother. Didn't even bother trying them. But like I said, I kind of been, I like my ink tints in that, the Circle of Life Mandela lady, I have the nature mandalas from her. I do really like ink tints in that book, so, and the ink house, of course. So I have books that I dedicate them to. But I need to use them because they're expensive. And I don't know. I am starting to freak out that I'm not going to be able to color for a while after my surgery. I hope I can set up something, but oh goodness, you guys. Just send each other the whole wish lists and you'll be good. It's so cute though. That was funny today. Pardon my nose blowing. It was kind of automatic. I didn't even think about it. So sorry. So yeah, Taylor, with the pinks and the ChromaFlow, I was looking at the swatches the one day, and I'm like, holy cow! Taylor was just saying yesterday how I can't remember which set of pencils it was. You got the Light Fast, and you were like, oh, they don't have any pinks in here, and I'm like, oh, they did all their pinks in the ChromaFlows. I was like, man, there's 10 pinks in this set. And I don't know, borderline pink purple. I don't know where your cutoff is. Everybody's perception of pink and purple can be a little bit different. So, ooh, if you hear a crash, need some green, need some green. Oops, I hope I wasn't leaning there. Going to grab Permanent Green Olive. Yes, I know. I'm going to try them. I'm going to see how they do. Either that or maybe that Albert Doors. I feel like that paper can take water, but at the same time, it's kind of newspapery. It's weird. It's very different. These are really thin. There's no room for, well, I could get 2 colors in here, but it wouldn't even show. So, not even going to bother. There's not even lines up there. Anyone coloring this with me tonight? Or going to color in the near future? Like I said, this was Amy's pick while on the road there. She fell asleep on us, I believe. Yes, good. At least you got a few. And they're pretty, they're vibrant. That's the one thing I will say about those pencils. That they are very pigmented, but they're delicate. Like I feel like it's gonna snap in half when I'm coloring with it. And I don't color with a hard pressure. This is probably the hardest pressure I ever use. It's actually hurting like you view. I got the swollen arthritic lump. It's getting so bad with that big old bump. Need to get some of that cream you use. Instead of having to use the walker, my hands are getting worse. It's terrible. Like one thing or another. But at least I'm still moving. Battle of the Leos for real. Thanks, you. Hugs back. Galaxy page. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing it, but I just, not in a Kirby mood at all. And I think that's the only Galaxy pages I would have. Don't feel like looking through all my books. I'm kind of, stuck in a Teresa Goodrich, Rita Berman, Johanna Basford kind of mood. I'll probably be in that Urban Annie quite a bit because, I can just play with the intents. That might be something that I could do if I lay in bed too. I've never tried coloring in bed, but I probably will be in bed for a couple of weeks. So hopefully we'll get this page done by surgery date. Oh. There we had. Paint is paint. Poster paint. Well, either way, even the acrylics are, I mean, that's kind of poster paint, and a lot of people do acrylic matte, the acrylic matte painting. Oh, geez, Taylor, what did you do? So you finished the one you were doing, and then you started another one in which book? Rita. Oh, you said Rita is the second one too. Did you pick the one with the black on the bottom? Is that the one you're doing? Yep and yep. Okay. All right, I'm caught up now. Man, the air conditioner just came on and I'm right under the vent. The vent's in the ceiling where I am. Oh, brr. Take some of this air, Kim. You still warm over there? Can't believe it's coming on this late. It'll still be really warm outside. I don't have the... Oh, goodness. It's still 89 degrees outside? It must not have updated. That can't be right. I didn't think it was that hot today. Yeah, I don't get out very much right now at all. Cool. I'll be anxious to see that one, Taylor. Yeah, I love that look. I actually have a painting that was on my grandmother's wall, and my brother had it for years and years and years, and when he moved from where he was moving, I begged him to have the painting. I love the texture. It's not flat, it's not under glass or anything. It's signed, but I can't read the person's name. Yeah, I love the texture of that. It's very rustic to me. And it's so abstract when, it looks like horses running off into the wind in the field, and you look up close and you can just see it's, not. Yeah, acrylic painting is very neat. I was never good with a brush. That's why I never got into painting much. Okay, I think I got all the stems and anything that's not just a straight line. So I'll go back to the dark Naples yellow. Finish this basing. Gotta move that because I have to twist. Twist. Okay. Home and snuggly. That's good. You got to overship it? Okay, I will let you know. Taylor. Oh my goodness. Yep, dogs do stink. I don't know. Pebbles is a stinky dog. She just, I can give her a bath and 10 minutes later she stinks again. She's just a stinky dog. She sweats a lot, but she loves to be, just buried under covers. Is your dog really a puppy, Taylor? Is it a puppy? Like, is it a baby? I would love to get a puppy. We were about to get one when my hip went wacko. Thank God we didn't get one. I would have been doomed. Okay, so why didn't she put the wood grain there? Huh, Teresa? Why not? You're kind of confusing me with this. It's a little weird. There's no wood grain here, no wood grain there. Well. Okay, where am I at? Got the little puppy. Oh, that would be interesting. Nice, good to see, Ivy. Must be a good gift. Oh, he is a baby. That's why I asked Ivy if it really was a puppy. Do you have a... Oh, that's a really good idea. Yeah, that would be fun. So I'm going to use the walnut brown and darken up the, the grain. A little bit on the sides. I don't know what my blending's going to be on here yet, so staying kind of light with the colors. I said I don't think I've used polys in this book before. A little bit of the raw umber. Blend that out a bit. Aww. Happy birthday to Kim's doggy. Taylor, he's a Leo too. I love you story. Oh, overshipment. Okay. I don't think you ever say his name, Kim. Do you? Brown ochre. What do you guys do, actually? Ditto. Should be careful with that. I do agree, but you think I would be, more paranoid about stuff with the field that I worked in, but kind of funny. And then blend it back in with the dark maples orch. Ochre. There's a joke between me and my mom. I always say orch. Hi, Shani. Welcome. welcome in. Really, Kim? Wow, I love your doggy. Really, she's up late. Sorry about your loss today. View is getting all kinds of jobs from this chat. You better be writing stuff down in your calendar. I bet you do, Kim. Was he named after Ozzy Osbourne or just the Ozzy name? I had a dog when I was 13 that was named after Ozzy. Like when Ozzy died, one of my friends that remembered actually called me. I hadn't heard from her for years. She's like, I know you're heartbroken. I'm like, oh my God. Just reminds me of so many good times at his concerts. It's like going down memory lane. Okay. You're welcome. Doom scrolling. That's never good. So just gonna follow that same pattern. Going from the darks back down to the light, the walnut brown. Keep doing that same pattern. Boring, boring, boring. When Amy picked this page, I was like, uh-oh, there's a kitty cat. And she picked another one and it had a big old dog and a lot of books. Like, nope, we'll do the kitty cat. He's a pretty little kitty cat, Taylor. You should be alright doing this one with us. He's got lots of dark detailing in him too, so he should be easy to color. Speaking of kitty cats, I wonder where Jennifer is. Kitty Haven with 21 cats. Yes, I want to see that done. Ooh, good, Taylor. You gonna go live after me then? He's all black. We had to. Does he have a purple collar? Yes, better than a bunny. I don't know. Taylor, how do you feel about bunnies? Taylor's like, she's thinking about getting Leon's journey, and she doesn't like cats. And she's like, is there a lot of cats? I'm like, Taylor, there's almost a cat on every page. And I said, I did the flip for you. And you were like, okay, no, never mind. I said, Leon is a cat. So I think what the deal is the family was going on vacation and the two dogs and the other cat made it into the car, and I can't read it because I don't have the English version. So if somebody gets the English version, I'm going to ask them what the story is. That the cat didn't get into the car or whatever, so he's trying to chase his family on vacation. So yeah, the whole book is based on the cat. Taylor's okay with bunnies. Yep. Oh, awesome. Well, that's cool that you started them off with the purple one. I really like purple on Pebbles. She's a blueberry pit bull, so it looks so pretty with her gray. Her shade of gray. Bright pinks and purples. I actually blocked her spot on the chair tonight, so she might be coming and snotting at me later. And then the raw umber. They are big. I have colored a few elephants. Yeah, you're right. Yes. Yep. Yeah, the few I've done, I kind of work with browns and grays. Because, if you see them in the wild, they are brown, but, they're gray because they roll in the mud to cool themselves off, and then the mud dries and it's gray. So, when I was in California and I went to the San Diego Zoo, it was kind of cool because the elephants were not in their area, but you could go see them. They were getting baths and eating, and you could go see them, but you had to stand in line to see them. So I did that because I think elephants are kind of a cool animal. They're very, very smart. They don't ever forget anything. And I don't know who talks about like the trunks are always down. Is that you, Kim? Because yes, the trunks are supposed to be up. That's good luck. And I think that's Kim that always complains about the trunks being down. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. But yep, I think the same thing. Why are the trunks always down? My stepmother loved elephants, and that she didn't want them unless the trunk was up. Then they're good luck. Ooh, orange would look nice on all black. Yep. Who's changing my brain bed? Watch another flip through. That's when I can't make up my mind. That's what I keep doing. There are, like it's a summer thing, summer, winter, fall thing. There's no cats on there. There's some random ones that don't have cats, but I'm pretty sure. And then, too, like you said, when it comes to Amazon, it's probably going to be a lot cheaper because you're not going to have to pay that $21 shipping. So you could just wait it out, too. Not that I don't want you to buy the book, but I know how it is to get a book and then be like, why did I even buy this? I have several. Mythographics, mainly. I don't know. Well, and the other one that I got that I really, really don't understand why I bought is, I'm going to show you because I don't have this thing. And it's the German version, I believe. There's like 4 versions. Yeah, I don't know why I bought this book. I can't stand this book. It is you. Okay, Kim. Yep, because I'm like, ugh. I agree. Elephants, yep. Yeah, this is my regret book. Although I did some pretty cool pictures. Imagine how long this took me to do, Taylor. This is all polychromos pencils. But very, 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 very zendoodly. And I don't like... And it's weird. And I don't like weird. But, yeah. I really don't know why I bought this book. Obviously playing some watercolor there. That doesn't look like that was going very well. Did that page. Yeah, but that's my big book regret. Thank you. I don't even know. Drama Verger or something. But like I said, it's out in like 4 different versions. So even the cover's different on some of them. Oh, I did a castle too. That's back in 2020. I tried to color in it. 3 pages. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Elephants are your favorite animals? Oh. The Villain's Son. Yeah, you want this book, Shannon? Yeah, I don't know. Oof. Not my thing. I thought I wanted it. And I didn't even get it. Like when it was super popular, I waited. That's why I said, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know what came over me. Yes, it does. Um, yeah, that elephant we did in the ink house, that's a really well drawn elephant. Kirby does good elephants too. You know what? That reminds me, I have a whip in a Kirby book of an elephant. Dang it, View. I'll try to get all this wood done off camera so I'm not doing this next week too. Um, wow. Is that elephant? Yep, he sure is. Yep, he is still a whip. Well, I gotta put that in the whip pile. That is not done. I think I ended up, this is when I started my frogs. That's what this book is in, right? This is the book you guys are all doing the galaxy picture in. I don't have much colored in here. I kind of lost my interest for Kirby. You know, like I was saying, I like to do little things. Oh, it's worlds within worlds. Duh. It's stupid. Yeah, galaxy world inside fragile worlds. How dumb is that? Okay. Which color combo? The wood? Polychromos? Yes, it is. The color combo for the wood, Kim, is that what you're talking about? Yes, it is. It sure is. We were coloring it at the same time, and you were like, we gotta be friends. And I was like, yes, we do. We frog friends. Yes. Yes. Okay. I will. I will. I will. Yeah, it went together well, didn't it? Blending out really nice on here, too. It's actually a super smooth blend. Very happy. The pinks didn't blend so well, but like I said, I went the lightest and then dark to light and back with the light, so frog friends. See, we didn't have any fights tonight. We lost Jen. No roughhousing. Here, had to play with the kitty. The kitty kitties. I didn't think Amy would make it either. I don't know. She's been through so many time zones this week. She doesn't know. what time it is. That's the only one I know of that Kirby did. Yeah, I don't know if I'll finish that one. That's one of those, we call things whips. That's kind of an abandoned page. Because I was using uh, Castle Art pencils. They are killing my hand. Really bad. These feel real good. These must be the right size. A little fatter than Prisma's. I have those chromo flows kill my hand. I need to get some spongy things or something. That little barrel really makes my hand hurt. I think I'm gonna like dedicate them to small victories. I don't know if anybody watched my little short. Well, I know if you did. Thank you for the compliment. Um, they worked pretty well. The chromo flows worked pretty well on the small victory paper. And being that those things are so tiny and the pencils are tiny, it worked out good. I had a lot of fun doing that page. Like I noticed I have one boat done on the 3 boat page, so I guess that's a whip too. So here I am counting my whips. I'm up to 5 just sitting here. I just kind of blah. Yeah. I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Kim. And 3-headed dogs. Yeah, like I said, I think I'm kind of Kirby'd out. You guys are cracking me up too, talking about, we just keep selling the same stuff in the same books. So it is pretty funny. Just put out the book and call it an anniversary book. Don't rename it. That's kind of I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. But hey, he's making money. Probably a millionaire now. Can't believe how much money Johanna Basford has made. She probably never ever thought. I listened to R.J. Hampton the other day, and I wish I could remember the name of the video, but he talked about how he just started drawing during COVID, for something to do. We pulled out a sketchbook, and his family and friends and stuff, after he kept sketching, were saying, how nice his drawings were and introduced him to the coloring community and stuff, and that's how he ended up making coloring books. I thought that was an interesting story. He's a very humble guy. Very nice. It's a shame his paper sucks. That's the paper that the Crayola bled through. Even the hardcover, the 70 weight. Kind of crazy. You're kind of over him too, Kim? Yeah, he just seems to kind of do the same thing, in my mind. The same thing over and over again. So... You don't know. Yeah, I wish my hands weren't getting so bad. You guys got me wanting to buy light fasts, but I'm just afraid. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to keep coloring, and I don't want my supplies to go to waste. And I see all the stuff my mom bought and now doesn't use, and trying to force myself to use markers to use up her stuff, which it's good. I use them at night when I don't want to put a lot of effort into things. Yes, abandoned. Exactly. Thank you, Taylor. What, Ivy? You're the one who bought it and got everybody to buy it, aren't you? Me too, Ivy. We should start like a committee or. Yes! Do it, you do it, do it. We will all sign a petition. And he's got a Facebook or a YouTube channel and stuff, so we can get it to him for sure. We should leave him comments. Let's all bombard his comment section. That's what I was talking about. I have the hardcover book. So the 70 weight paper, I was using the Crayolas in here. Look at that. Even they bled through. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible. I was really surprised when I flipped the page over. You don't think I have enough of the God, shiny brown ochre on here. That's another thing. Why do pencil companies put the shiny shit on here? You can't even see it. Black, people. Black. White on the dark pencils. Luminants are a joke trying to read their names. Oh my gosh. It's ridiculous up on that top and read that tiny little thing. Yeah, okay. Okay, what do we got going on? It will bring me joy for 6 months, huh? I don't know. What are they like? What would you say they're the closest pencil to? Ivy, I did a horrible page too in that book, and I gave it up too. I was like, all right, that's going on the shelf. I'm not coloring in there anymore. But Ivy, View rekindled my spirit for it. 'Cause her pictures are so cute in there. Well, actually, your gumbo ball, your gumball one was the reason I pulled it back out again and tried a second page. I was just playing with media on the first page I did, and then the second page I guess that would be another abandoned page because I don't have any inclination of going back to that one either. So Mike's gonna have to put water in this fish tank this time. I can't do it. Not on my list of ables to do. Okay, I think I got that in there enough. This is why I should have done it all at the same time. It's all going to be different colors. That's the thing, and that's what he said. He was trying to keep the prices down, but sometimes we'd rather pay a little bit more. Polly's and Prismas had a baby. Exactly, Ivy. That's what I'm saying. The coloring community has talked a lot of artists into doing things, so I think we could get them to do it. His profit margin would go down some, but hey, use better paper and a soft cover. We'll be okay with that. I'd rather have a soft cover and better paper. Like in this these hardcovers, and sorry, view, this is, close your ears for a minute, view. In the backs of these book, there's 2 empty pages. Can you hear how thick that paper is? Like, why didn't you use that for the book? Why is this at the end of the book blank? That's what I don't get. And I think there's a couple in the front. One in the front. So 3 blank pages of this thick paper. So obviously Amazon has that paper available because it's there, right? Exactly, Ivy. Oh. Yeah, but aren't they small, Jess? Like when you do them PDF? Were they little, or did you figure that out? That they are the same? Because I remember you did that one and it was tiny and half the picture was missing. You know, it is amazing how fast time goes when you are streaming. I cannot believe that has been an hour and a half. That's nutso. Yep, they do, Ivy. I'm gonna say, what are they? They're like, they are full size? Okay, so you got that figured out. Okay. Because I know the one you printed was really small. You remember? Do you remember what I'm talking about? See, she didn't even put anything in there. I caught that reef. So yeah, I'm still thinking about it. We'll see how Taylor enjoys hers. Her light fasts. You know, I feel like I need to use the pencils I have. Like, I needed, like, oh, I don't know, so many of my polychromos were like this. And I started adding them up. There was like 24, 25. I'm getting to 26, 27 different pencils I need. So I just ordered another set. So I have a whole full set of polychromos. I have another full set of Prismacolors. You know, I just got all the Inktense. Do I really need another? Well, no, I don't need. We don't even need 3 sets of pencils. But, you know, I'm just a pencil person. And I'm like, oh, I want to try them. I want to try them. I want to try them. And I was like that with Pablo's, and I bought the 12 set, and that went away. Maybe I should. Do they have a small set? And those are thick barrel, right? The Light Fast or like the Inktense and Color Soft and stuff. Why did she only put wood grain on some of this wood? I don't like that. Teresa, don't make me badmouth you every time I color in you now. I'm so glad you got that Christmas book, Taylor. I love that Christmas book. That's one of my favorites of hers. For Christmas, it's usually the only books I color in is in Teresa Goodrich. I have her gnome and that one. So let's see if I can put some more squigglies in here. Okay. Oh, thank you, Ivy. Appreciate that. That's a really good idea too, Taylor. He doesn't care. It's a setting thing. Okay, that's what I was wondering when it first happened. Yep, that's what I did with the polychromos. They are soft and waxy. Yes, that Christmas book is super cute. I do have luminance. I don't understand them. I don't know what to do with them. I don't get it. I don't think they lay down smooth. I don't know. I don't understand them. Is it just me? What am I doing wrong? How do you color with luminance? And like I got them because I feel like their colors are pretty unique. Um, and like I said, I like to color buildings, so they have a lot of those off grays and um, rosy grays, and yep, I have the full set. I rarely ever use them. Mainly too, I never had a sharpener that I could really get a nice point on them, and I bought that M&R sharpener, so that should work for those. Hmm. Yeah, I guess that's a pencil I would have to definitely play with a little bit more to learn. I've never gotten the results out of them that I would like to get. So, missed a blending spot over here. And yeah, I have to do that sometime. Catch somebody that's working with luminance and follow them or something. See if I can. Because yeah, that's a waste that they just sit there. Today said one of these days I'm sure I'll be having a huge art garage sale. I hate it though because it seems like, you gotta sell this stuff so cheap. Like people find, vintage Prismacolors at Salvation Army and stuff, paid $20 for the whole 150 set. It's crazy. My sister-in-law is starting a watercolor painting class next week. Which I was kind of surprised because she's a really good painter. I guess I just didn't realize she didn't do watercolor. She painted a picture of both my doggies when they passed, Chubbs and Dinky. They're very, very good. Must be acrylic, now that I think about it. The one might be oil. Yes, we were talking about that book tonight, Ivy. Yep, the M&R for the Luminance. That's the one I bought. Me neither, Jess. I like Kanoko. Honestly, with Leon's Journey, I was a little bit disappointed because even with all the cats, talking about the cats, I don't think all the cat pictures are drawn real well. Especially, like, I love her art, and I think she's a very good illustrator. And it's almost like some of those cat pictures in there are like her sketching, and she didn't finish them. But I do know. Thank you for everybody watching that's not chatting. Appreciate you being here as always. Thank you for the likes. And again, if you don't have the polychromos and you're following along, let me know because I'll switch back to the Prismas. But I didn't get any comments and I've been kind of asking, so. And I can also tell you what colors to color match for these, so we can get you caught up. No problem. I say in the budget, go for it. Like I said, at this point, I'm kind of free to buy whatever I want. So just because I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. I don't, no, I don't smoke. I don't drink pop. What do I do every day? I drink hot tea. So I buy tea bags and I eat food. I don't ever buy clothes because since I got fat, I can't stand clothes on me. So I just live in my pajamas since I don't go anywhere. So all that money just goes in my happy day. What do they call it? Rainy day fund. 'Cause I know someday, like, life isn't always going to be like this. It just happens to be how it's been for a minute. Because I don't go anywhere. So, and I hired a maid today, which, yeah, that was so hard to do. But it's a friend, so I do trust her. But that was hard. See, I was listening to you, Ivy. How to learn to ask for help. How to do it. My house is just. Ugh. The last time I tried to vacuum, it was a disaster. So I think the only chore I can actually do dust, and I can do the laundry, but I can't carry the laundry. So I can wash and put it in the washer, put it in the dryer, and fold it, but I can't carry it there. And I hate it because Mike's not really receptive to doing stuff. So to get him to do stuff, then I have to ask him over and over and over again. So that makes it even harder. When you have to keep asking. His mother must have done everything for him, I tell you. Or he was like that at home too. And they just said, get out, get out, get out, get out. And I don't know. I didn't meet him until I was, oh, what, 43 or something. So, hey, that fan called, get him, get him, get him, get him. That stinks. I'm not a great folder. I shouldn't even call what I do folding. I flatten it out. That's what I do. Mike folded clothes one time and I was like, holy cow, did you work in like a clothes store? Like he folded the shirts like they were on display. I was amazed. But, it kind of made me think, he's kind of a perfectionist with everything he does. So I think like I worked in the mental health industry, and that's a lot of times the OCD people, that's how it's like there's no medium. You either don't do anything or everything is, completely perfect. So that's their way. It's either everything's got to be perfect all the time or they just leave things be. So I kind of feel like Mike might be like that because when he does do things, it's like it's exceptional. So it's like you just never get it done because it's not to the perfection level. So yeah, I do need a rolly cart. We have really lumpy carpet right now. And that's due to the different medical equipment that's at one time the living room upstairs was turned into a complete hospital room for my mom when she was bad. So there was a hospital bed up there, and just all kinds of things. Like I said, the living room was literally turned into a hospital room. So, because she had already been in the nursing home for over a year and she was just sick of being there. And I was able to, give her hands on care at that time. And they brought in people to, bathe her in bed. And I had a friend stop by and check on her while I was at work. And, we were able to do it. So, we had her nursing home at home. But anyway, the heavy equipment rolling on the carpets and stuff, the carpet is real bumpy, so it is hard now to kind of roll things. But I do need a roller carpet. Do I have a chair? No, I don't. No. Hopefully, after I get my hip fixed, walking will be easier. I know I still got to do the back thing, but it seemed like the walking didn't get horribly bad until the hip went. And then I fell that last time, and that just totally did the hip in. I think I actually, because that's what he said, you pretty much have a broken hip, so top of the arthritis, the fall did it. I just, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get behind a table or desk or something like that, the way it says, like, I'm not allowed to move right after. Like, no pivoting, no sliding, no twisting, so I don't know that I'll be able to get behind a desk or a table that's, like, right after. We'll see. Hopefully it's going to be a lot better than what I'm thinking in my head. Sometimes I think it's better to think the worst, so when the best doesn't happen, we're relieved. I don't know if that's appropriate or not, but sometimes that's the way my brain works. Me neither, Jess. I'm sick of being so crabby all the time. That's the main thing. That was another thing. My mom, after she got out of the bed, she ended up with a jazzy, a big motorized chair. So she tore up, like, because it didn't really fit, she tore up a lot of the moldings and scrapes in the paint. And we've had two sick dogs through that too. So it's like, haven't wanted to, get new carpeting or anything because of the sick dog. And now I don't want to do anything. I don't really want to say until when, because I just don't want to say that out loud. So, yeah, I don't really want to do any major home improvements right now. So, but I think we do need to make some handicap adjustments, handrails and permanent pulley bars in the bathroom. Like now we use those suction cup ones, which work pretty good, but every once in a while they just pop out for no reason, which is kind of scary when you're hanging on to it. So far I'm okay to catch my balance, but we shall see. Should all be wonderful. Thank you, Kim. I hope so. Okay. That sounds a good idea, Jess. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. I just, like I told Mike, the first thing I want to do, I want to go for a walk. Guys, I used to love to walk. I would walk, I this was my saying, walk me anywhere, do not make me stand still. I could not stand standing still. But you could walk me wherever. I'll go ahead and walk. And it was because my back hurt when I stood still. And now, these doctors are telling me this back thing. They say, it's nothing that I did or anything, No, it's not an overuse thing, this, that, or whatever. It's something I was born with. So, was that always why I was uncomfortable, standing? Just because I always had that back problem. So, and that's my only reason I worry about recovery is because what if the back causes more problems than they're realizing? And, you know, I don't know. You go through all that. And I've only had one other surgery in my life, so just going, under anesthesia and being in the hands of somebody else is a little scary too. Giving up that kind of power in the medical field. You used to be able to trust the medical field. I don't really trust them so much anymore. But I do trust God, and I put my faith in Him. And good night, Sherry. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I hope you had a good time, and will come back and see us again. I'm on, as of right now, every Friday night at 11 p.m. Eastern. I know at least September 26th I will not be on, so after then we'll see what happens. 26th of September, so a whole nother month yet. That's what Mike keeps complaining about. That they're telling me all this stuff. He's like, why? I can hear him on the phone with his dad. I want to kill that doc. I want to punch that doctor in the face. You got to punch him in the face. He says she reads a page and she freaks out. And she freaks out for a couple days. Then she reads another page and she's freaking out again. It's like, yeah, they really make it sound scary in that book, boy. So, I have 3 appointments I have to go to before the surgery, and they're all video, so that's nice. At least they know it's hard for us to get around when we can't walk. But yes. And I'm going to be on YouTube crying if Mike don't take care of me, guys, so. I'll be, um, I'll be all in his hands. That's funny. I haven't heard from any of my family. My oldest brother, of course, talks to my mom, so he knows what's going on, but my other 2 brothers and sisters, I haven't heard anything. Not a peep. My dad's 85 years old. His 40-year-old neighbor had a hernia surgery, and my dad is taking care of him. Isn't that wonderful? It just keeps going and going. The crazy thing is my dad never took care of himself. He never ate well. He smoked, but he quit in his 40s. And I am so super blessed to have both my parents, I tell you. I don't see my dad very much, though. I quit driving, and that's one thing I do have a really bad problem with, is asking people to take me places. I bet you will, Kim. I'm like, new pants. Got some new pants, Jess? Funny. Ooh, at least I can get this part of the wall done, huh? Now, hopefully Taylor will go on later, but I don't know. I think we lost her. Are you still here, Taylor? That's what I was going to ask. What paints? What kind of paints did you get? Did you make some? Ivy, you still making paint? As much as I dislike watercolor, that was very interesting watching you guys make this stuff. It was mesmerizing. It was like around and around and around. I missed a leaf here. Right. Kim and Jen are coming after you, Mike. Guess we were too boring for her tonight. It's okay. Can't always have so much fun, can we? Well, Amy picked a sleepy picture. What are we supposed to... What's the story of our sleepy cat? Oh, the poster paint. That's right. Duh. Short-term memory. Getting old, getting old. That's my friend that's gonna help me out here. I don't know, do you call it help when I'm hiring her? My friend who I'm hiring. How do you put that? I know that's so uncomfortable, you know, but you can't, you know, it's a friend and that's her business. You know, it's like you have to, no, you can't do it for free. No, you can't. No, it's your business. Charge me. But, I forgot what I was going to say. Let me think. Oh, she said something about, being old. And she's like, aren't you younger than me? And I'm like, no, 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 a couple years older. But it'll be interesting. It's gonna be hard. I've never had anybody else clean my house. Would it be rude if I, like, sit behind her and watch? Yeah, you know, one thing I've definitely learned tonight, the polychromos are much nicer on my hands. God, that's gonna stink if I have to stop using Prismas because they hurt my hands. Well, I think those spongy things will help. I need to buy some of those. You know what I'm talking about? You know, things we used to get for our calluses. Your phone? What's with my phone? What happened to your phone? Okay. It's so hard to follow chats sometimes when there's a couple conversations going on. It's funny. These do lay down really nice in here, though, I will say. Like I said, I don't know, the pinks didn't go too... Oh, you know what? I missed a couple flowers in there. The pinks didn't go down quite as nice. But still nice. You don't have to push where you're indenting the paper. That's the one thing I found with the Japanese Kanoko books. When I use polychromos, I have to be really careful because it indents. You know, that cottony paper? The polychromos will indent it, and then when I try to color on the other side, it's like braille on the other side. So I have to be real mindful of that when I'm working in them books. And I pretty much just use polychromos in there. Maybe I should switch to Prismos. Gosh, now you got me thinking light fast again. Right. Oh, Kim was lost, yeah. Yeah, they're talking poster paints. But I don't know where the my phone came in there. I know Kim's got me backed up with Mike if he doesn't take care of me. I was following that. And then Ivy and Jess are talking about the poster paints, but I don't know what the my phone and the little devil. I guess her phone's acting up. Maybe. Mm. Another reason why I called this friend is because she went through she had a heart attack and then had anxiety problems. So she had a couple of years of, not being able to do everything for herself and letting things go. So, and struggling with the same struggle of not asking for help. So I thought she would, and she knew me back when I kept the spotless house, and, she knows I'm just not a pig or whatever. And so I felt that I wouldn't be as embarrassed because she would understand my situation and that I just, not on it right now. But I could like Ivy, the other day when you were talking, I could just so relate to everything you were saying. I wanted to give you a big hug. Even my mom, she was like, boy, she sounds like you. I was like, I know. And I keep saying I need to get back into the church, because that's the kind of community that really helps you. But at the same time, I have a very strong faith in God, and I'm very, you know, spiritual. But being brought up in the church, I lost my faith in the church. I don't believe in the church. So, and I know that's not all churches, and I just need to find the right one. That I do know. But I'm also at the same time okay with, he walks beside me every day and in my heart. But sometimes that belonging to the community is good. Very good. You too, Kim. You just cleaned the crap out of your house this summer, though. Your Duke's up. Oh, your phone changes words. Okay. Yes, I hate that. Yep. But yeah, it's a struggle. And we're all kind of the same age, so it must be just something that happens, to everybody around this age. There's the changes. And then we get new body parts and pacemakers and get fixed up, and then we're okay for a few more years and then fall back apart at 80. Kind of seems like the pattern. And some of these 80-year-olds just go, 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 go. Just blows my mind. It's like, what kind of medications you taking? They giving you speed? Like, I swear my dad he doesn't stop. But he also went through a couple bad years, too. So, oh, I'm sorry, Kim. Right. That's the part I miss, Ivy. Yep. That is the part I miss. Yeah, that being scared is not good because that was my first battle when I had my My first really bad MS flare up was in the hospital for the 6 days and tried to go back to work a month later and then right back in the hospital, 4 days of work. And put me right back in the hospital for another 5 days. So, yeah, I was petrified to do anything. So, yep, we do. But you do need to listen to your body too and not push too hard. So, but I think you know that. They do sound like they're talking about pants and not pants. We have some Doms and some knickers. That's pretty funny, you guys. Okay. You think I can get behind that clock done? I think I can. I think, oh. Wait, let's do this little space over here. Did I base that space? Yeah. I did. So, I actually got a lot more of this wood done than I thought I would. It didn't seem like the pencils were going to go down as nicely when I was working on those flowers, but it ended up going down pretty good. Yeah, at first I thought this was like a grandfather clock, but this is a cuckoo. We were just talking about those. Somebody was talking about a cuckoo clocks and their lives. And my favorite aunt had a cuckoo clock. She said one day the cuckoo clock was just not there. And I said, ooh, the cuckoo cuckooed one too many times. And somebody said, bye-bye, cuckoo bird. They were really popular for a while. On power paint? Hmm. Oh no. Kim, what did you do? Did you have like trouble breathing or something? I assume you're talking about your heart since you're the same store that it happened like the first time. I don't know that I had my best friend who is 10 years younger than me had 2 heart attacks this year. And it blew my mind. And then because she was, so afraid of another one, it created, a really bad anxiety problem. She couldn't work for a little bit, couldn't drive. She's doing really good again now, but ugh, that is very, very scary, Kim. Yes, listen to your body. Slow down a bit. I take it you went to town. You were in the store. Did you call and make an appointment? So at least you did stop and didn't keep pushing. It's good. That is scary. I'm glad you're okay. See, and that's what I always say too. It's hard, like you said, you haven't been feeling good all week. You know, that's the women's heart symptoms are so different from man's. Like, it could totally be that. Like, you got an upset stomach and you're about to have a heart attack. So, please see your doctor, Kim. Exactly. That's exactly what happened to her. And then they put her on Xanax, and that's a whole nother problem. I told her mother, I said, get her off of that. Because actually, this friend that's coming over to clean for me, that's what happened to her. She had the heart attack. She got the fear of having another one. They put her on the Xanax. It took her 2 years to get off that stuff. And she told me today she only felt safe when she was in a mental hospital because she wanted to hurt herself because she was just so. Xanax is really hard to control, and it really should only be used very short term, 10 days. You know, medical doctors way overprescribe it. They don't understand it. They really don't get that addiction component. And it's a scary medication. Very, very effective when used appropriately, but because it's so addictive, it's rarely used appropriately. So, did you answer me? Did you make an appointment? Okay. I hope he was okay that you quit helping, knowing that was probably the best thing to do. Ivy does too, can't you tell? She is so excited during her lives. Her new toys. I love it. Love the excitement. I don't get that excited about anything anymore. Well, guys, I think it's time to go. I hear the garage creaking, which means he's on his chair smoking. I hope I can get him to quit that, but probably not. I still can't believe I quit. So, I know, maybe Taylor will be on later, hopefully. I don't know though. Like I said, looks like she knocked out. It freaked her. Exactly, so yeah. I figured. Well, Kim, I would definitely say an extra prayer for you tonight, and everybody as well. Y'all know I'm praying for you. But thank you all for coming. The only thing I have left here to do, which I'll probably do as I sit here and say goodbye and blend in with this, I'll send you a text message with the colors, Kim. Thank you all for being here tonight. Exactly. Yeah, I know. I don't push it at all. I don't push it at all. Because I know it just makes it worse. Like, I have some things I have to quit before my surgery, and he's getting, really lippy with me about that. And I'm like, that just makes it worse. That's not going to work. So stop it. So, but yeah. Well, I'm glad you are feeling better. And like I said, I hope you made an appointment, Kim, just to make sure everything's okay. Because, as you know, that's nothing to play with. So, I do want to get some more dark brown in here. I haven't heard him come through the door yet, so I'm good right now. So I could just... He folds up the chair for me now because I have to... We have a ramp in the garage, so I have to go out that door to wobble Pebbles out, and I just pop her out. And we have a broken down car in the driveway, so I lean on the car and she can get to the grass. And so he folds up the chair, so I can hear him unfold it when he comes home. And that after work cigarette, he really enjoys it because he can't smoke in the car. So at least he better not be smoking in the car. But again, okay. So I'm almost done here. Thank you for everyone being here, everyone who came into the chats. Always fun to hear from you and know that you're here. Thanks for those that watch, even though you don't chat. I appreciate you all. Hopefully, we will see you next Friday again at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and we will continue our work in Home Sweet Home by Teresa Goodrich using polychromos. So, thank you everyone for coming. Have a wonderful night and enjoy your weekend. And I will see you soon. Good night, everyone.